What's poppin'? What's poppin'? How's everybody doing out there? Your boy Maseovic back again with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about UFC Fight Night, Edmen Shabazyan versus Brunson. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So first fight of the card, we got Gutierrez, El Guapo versus Cody Durden. Cody Durden is stepping in on short notice. I believe he just had a fight about a week ago, which he won. He's a good striker. Good stand-up, has a good jab and straight right. Not too much power, decent, but you know, nothing crazy. Nothing Chris hasn't faced in the UFC in his previous fights. Let's go ahead and take a look, see how he's been doing recently. So he's on a 3-fight win streak. His most recent victory with the TKO via leg kicks, and that's not his first time he's done that. That's like his second or third time that he's won via leg kick. So he's really got that calf kick down. I expect him to utilize that in this fight. I think Cody Durden might be in a little bit over his head, fighting mostly, you know, regional people. He's 11-2 himself, so you know, nothing to scoff at. But I just feel like Gutierrez has definitely faced a lot of the better competition. So I'm definitely gonna go Gutierrez, probably by TKO, maybe even via leg kicks again. He could potentially. So I just think he has the better stand-up overall, and he's a little bit more versatile. Watched a little bit of tape on Cody Durden, or what was out there, and he seemed pretty adequate on the feet, but he mostly throws just, you know, the hands. He doesn't really have too much of an arsenal, or at least from what I've seen. I watched very little tape on him, or what I could find. So that's the first fight. Got Gutierrez, TKO, probably in the second round. Next fight, this is an interesting one. We got Jamall Emmers, versus Timur Valiev. Now, Timur, he's a wrestler, but he has pretty good striking as well. He's, let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at him. He's 16-2 overall right now. Let's see what he's done recently. So he's been on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-fight win streak. His last loss actually comes via Gutierrez, the guy we were talking about, via split decision. But he went ahead and avenged that against him in his next fight, winning a unanimous decision over Gutierrez. So this dude is, you know, he's faced some decent opponents, UFC caliber, but he hasn't fought in the UFC yet. So this is his first fight, and he's going against Jamall Emmers. And Jamall Emmers, he's a pretty athletic, long, lean dude. I actually seen him fight in the last live UFC event, the Adesanya versus Romero. Me and my friends drove down there, and he was going against Shabazyan, who's a really good fighter in his own right. And I believe it was a split decision that he lost. Jamall lost. Yeah, it was a split decision, but he came on strong. The first round, I definitely gave it to Giga, but after that, Jamall kind of took over with his range, and he kind of got the timing down. He was slipping a lot of the punches, hitting him with a lot of right hands. His striking is pretty good. I like his striking a lot. I am worried about Timur taking him down. Timur is the favorite in this instance, in this fight. But I might have to go with the underdog. I'm going with the live dog on this one, Jamall Emmers. I think if he can stop the takedown, that's a big if. You know, that's what this fight's going to come down to, because I don't think, with the attributes, Jamall Emmers is a tall, lanky dude. He's 5'10". I believe Timur is 5'6". I don't know the length of their reach, but obviously 5'10" versus 5'6", the 5'10" dude is probably going to have the reach advantage as well. So I definitely can see Jamall piecing him up on the feet, and then Timur going for a takedown, and whether he can get that takedown and control him, that's another story. So we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to wait and find out. But I definitely think Jamall Emmers has a really good chance of beating this Timur guy. I like Timur. I think he's gonna be a good fighter himself. He's only he's 30, and I believe Jamall is 31, so pretty similar in age, but this is going to be a good fight. I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see how it's going to go. So that's that fight. Next up, we have Eric Spicely versus Markus Perez. Now, Markus Perez, let's see. He's a good striker. I like him. You know, he hangs in the pocket and he'll strike with you. And let's see, he overall is 12-3. It looks like, yeah, he's 12-3. His last loss was against Wellington Herman, who's a good fighter. So, you know, that That's nothing to be embarrassed about. And then prior to that, he beat Anthony Hernandez via anaconda choke. And then prior to that, he lost to Andrew Sanchez via unanimous decision. So he's kind of like winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one against UFC type caliber opponents. So overall, if that trend continues, I'm not saying I'm just going with that trend, but I like Markus Perez's power. He has decent power, good striking, nice knees, good kicks. Eric Spicely, he's a little bit... I know this dude's been winning on and off, but Eric Spicely, he's too... I don't trust him, man. I don't trust him. He might come out in the first round. This dude is not in that good of shape, and he'll look pretty decent. And then the second and third, he'll kind of fade a little bit. You could tell. I don't know if you can see his body type right here. He's 12-5. His last loss was to Darren Wynn. He lost via decision, and then prior to that, he had a KO and a TKO. So his last, 6 fights, he's 4? Yeah, he's 2-4. So I'm not really liking the trajectory of his career right now. I just think Markus Perez is the overall better fighter. I think he has more power. I think he has more speed. I think he has more cardio. So he's either going to win via TKO or decision against Eric Spicely, in my opinion. Next up, we got Ray Borg going against Joseph Maness. So I believe this is Joseph Maness's first UFC fight. But Ray Borg, we just seen him recently in there against Ricky Simone, and he put up a really good fight. It was a split decision. It went Ricky's way. But Ray Borg was in there, and he was throwing down nasty body shots. Really good striking. He kind of started slow in that first round, and then he kind of picked it up in the second and third, and he has cardio for days. So let's see. Nathan Maness, let's look at him for a second. His last fight, he won via KO, and that was in February 1st, 2020. So he's been pretty active considering COVID and stuff. He mostly wins via 45% of the time he wins by decision, and then he has 4 KOs and 2 submissions. His one loss was by KO. But yeah, he's mostly fighting regional people. He's fighting people on the local scene. We're seeing this a lot, with the Fight Islands and the Abu Dhabis and the Apexes. They're really trying to... just fill in spots for people who maybe don't have visas or get infected with COVID. So this is another fill-in spot, I believe. Nathan Maness, good striking, not bad. He's not a bad fighter in his own right at all. I watched a little bit of tape on him. Nothing special in my opinion. He's pretty good. He's the #1 ranked fighter in Kentucky, I believe. Something like that. But yeah, Ray Borg, I think he's fought the better competition. He's fought UFC caliber opponents. He's only 26. That's insane to me. This dude has been, I feel like he's a UFC veteran. He's been fighting for a long time. Only 5'4", 13 wins, 5 losses. Last loss came against Ricky Simone, like I said. Prior to that, he had won his previous 2, and then his losses are to Casey Kenny and Demetrius Johnson. Those aren't bad losses. Those are quality opponents. Demetrius, obviously, arguably the GOAT. He lost via armbar in the 5th round. So if you could hang in there with Demetrius, I think you could beat the #1 ranked fighter in Kentucky. Just saying. I got Ray Borg winning. Man, I don't know. Maybe I think he's going to hit him with a body shot. I think he's going to hit Nathan with a body shot maybe in the 1st or 2nd. I don't think he's going to be able to take the volume and the power of Ray Borg. He's compact, but he packs a lot of punch. So I got Ray Borg 1st or 2nd TKO. Next fight, we got Ed Herman versus Gerald Meerschaert. Let's see their last previous fights. Ed Herman, I believe he's coming off of a pretty nice TKO or KO if I remember correctly. Both these guys have a lot of experience. This dude is 25-14. His most recent fights, he's coming off of a decision and a TKO against Patrick Cummins. So that's pretty nice. Prior to that, he lost his last 3. So he's 2-3 in his last 5. His last fight was November in 2019, so not too long of a layoff here. But he's going against Gerald Meerschaert, who we just seen most recently. And actually, this is a fight at light heavyweight. He normally fights at middleweight, I believe, 185. So now he lost via TKO to Ian Heinisch, which is, not a bad loss. Ian is a pretty good dude. Prior to that, he beat Darren Wynn via submission. He lost a decision to Eric Anders, and he won via guillotine against Trevin Giles. So this one's tough, man. I see a lot of people going for Gerald Like, they're really leaning towards him, but I mean, it's a move up in weight, so he's not gonna have to cut weight. It's a short. He's fighting on short notice, but Gerald, I did see an interview with him saying that, you know, he stays ready, and he was looking for one of these fights, you know, anybody to drop out or something. So it's not like he hasn't been training. I don't know where his cardio is, but I see if this fight stays standing, I think Herman could definitely put him out. You know, he has that power, short fuse, definitely could knock out Gerald. But if it goes to the ground, I think the grappling of Meerschaert and the submission game of him it might be too much for him to handle. Let's see, he has 23 submissions. 23. 74% of the time his victories are coming by submission. He's 31-13 overall. Another huge, like, a lot of experience for both of these dudes. So, I mean, this one's kind of a toss-up. I don't feel comfortable betting on this one per se. So, oh, man, it just really depends. It's really a toss-up. I'm probably leaning towards Gerald, but I mean, I'm not like super confident in that. So I'll probably go Gerald via decision. But if it doesn't go the distance, I could see Herman putting him out. That could be a definite, you know, possibility. Move on to the next fight. We got Frankie Saenz versus Jonathan Martinez. So let's see about Jonathan Martinez. His last fight, I believe he lost a split decision to Andrew Ewell. Let's see. Hold on, where is he at? Oh, there he is. All right, let's pull up Jonathan Martinez. 11-3, 5'7", age 26, 135 bantamweight. Yeah, so he lost the split decision to Andrew Ewell. Controversial. It was a close fight. He hurt him a couple times with some body kicks. He definitely lost the first round to Andrew, but then the second and third he came on strong. So, I mean, you know, you never want to leave it into the hands of these MMA judges. You don't know what they're looking for. Are they looking for volume? Are they looking for, you know, damage? Are they looking for control? You don't know, so you don't want it to go to the judges. But anywho, I thought Martinez won the last 2 rounds. So, in my opinion, he won. He's basically on a 3-fight win streak, in my opinion. But, you know, it don't matter with my opinion. But so basically, he's 3-2 over his last 5 over some quality opponents. He's got Pingwan Lee and another UFC fighter. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Wu Ji Buren. And this dude's been fighting in the UFC, so he's a young prospect, 26 years old, like I said, and he's going against a veteran, 12-6 Frankie Saenz. So, in my opinion, this dude has a nasty left leg kicks. Not Frankie, Martinez. Martinez has nasty left leg kicks. I think he's going to piece him apart with the legs. I've seen him do it to Ewell, who's longer than Frankie. Frankie is 5'6", 135, age 39. So he's approaching that 40-year-old mark. And any fighters over 40, man, it's really hard to bet on them. It's really hard to choose them to win this fight. His last fight was against Marlon Chito Vera via TKO in the first round. Prior to that, he won his last 2 via decision, unanimous and split. And then prior to that, he had lost his previous 3. So this dude, his last fight was in March 23rd, 2019. So it's been over a year since his last fight. I see Martinez picking him apart on the feet. You know, he likes to use those kicks. He has powerful left leg kicks and body kicks. So I definitely see him probably getting a decision, winning it over the long haul. So let's see. Let's go to the next fight. That's going to do it for the prelims. Let's move on to the main card. We got Kevin Holland versus Trevin Giles. Kevin Holland is coming up on short notice. I saw an interview. He said that he stays ready so he doesn't have to get ready. And I love that. Super exciting striker. Very athletic. Very nice kicks. He's always bouncing around. Got that karate kung fu style. Going against Trevin Giles. And I believe they're under the same management, but Holland said that he's wanted to fight Giles for a long time. So let's look at Kevin Holland for a second. Kevin Holland, who is 17-5, 6'3", 185 pounds, age 27. He's a middleweight. All right. So his last fight was against Anthony Hernandez, and he won via TKO, knees and punches. This dude is a beast. He lost to Brendan Allen prior to that, but who doesn't lose to Brendan Allen? That dude is a beast. And then he won his previous 3. One via decision, another via decision. He actually beat Gerald Meerschaert via decision, and he had a submission rear naked choke against John Phillips. And then he lost to Thiago Santos prior to that via decision. So Thiago Santos, obviously a beast. You saw that fight with John Jones. He pretty much took him to the brink. He even one-on-one judges scorecard with all those torn up ligaments. So, you know, not a bad loss to Thiago Santos, not a bad loss to Brendan Allen. He's only losing to, the beast of the beast of the division, should I say. So, not bad at all. I'm going to go with Kevin Holland here, man. Trevin Giles, he's 12-2. I don't know if he's going to be able to get behind or get through all those attributes. He's 6 foot himself, 27 years old, 185, but man, the athleticism of Kevin Holland and the reach and just the way he fights in and out, just quick. I don't know. His last loss, he beat James Krause via decision. It was a split decision, but it was a bad loss. James Krause took that fight on 1 day notice, and it's a late change of opponents, but man, you're in camp, you're ready. You should be able to beat this dude by something better than a split decision. So prior to that, he had lost to Gerald Meerschaert, who Kevin Holland beat, and he lost via submission to Zach Cummins. So take from it what you will. I definitely think Kevin Holland gets it done, probably via TKO. He said he wants to do it via KO, and I believe him. I think he could do it. I think he's got the attributes. I think he has the skill, the athleticism, and I just feel like he's going to do it probably in the first. That's my opinion. First round TKO, KO for Kevin Holland. Next fight, we got a good one. It's a rematch. Lando Vannata versus Bobby Green. I believe Bobby Green got their first one via split decision. Let's check on that real quick. So Bobby Green, the veteran, got a lot of experience under his belt himself. He is age 33, 5'10", weighs 155 pounds, 25 wins, and 10 losses. So, yeah, his last fight was against Clay Guida. Not a very impressive performance. If you're not beating the brakes off of Clay Guida in an impressive fashion at this point in his career, I'm kind of worried about you. I'm kind of like, I'm not sure. I don't know. So, prior to that, he lost to Francisco Trinaldo and to Jakar Close. Yeah, man, not that impressive. Not really that good, His last 5 fights, he's two wins, 2 losses, a draw, and then prior to that, he has 3 straight losses. So this dude's a veteran. He's a good fighter. Let's see how he did against Lando Vannata the first time. Where are they at? Where is it? This dude has so many fights. It's hard to. Oh, he fought him to a draw. It was a split draw on that Ferguson Lee card. Okay, see, I was thinking he won, but it was a draw. So this is a rematch. It's it's going to be a striking match. I see Lando not doing what he wants to him, but I just see him piecing him apart this time. His last fight against Yancy Medeiros, he looked great, switching stances constantly, peppering him with the jab and the leg kicks. Lando Vannata is an elite striker. Prior to that, he lost to Mark Jacasey, another elite striker, via decision, and then he submitted Marcos Mariano via Kimura. He has a couple of draws on his record, Matt Frivola and Bobby Green, so they both lost to Jakar Close, so that's a common opponent. But I think Lando is fresher, he's younger, he's only, how old is he? He's 28, 5'9". I just think he's going to get the better of them in this rematch. I think his striking has improved. He looked great in his last fight. Bobby Green didn't look great against a veteran old man, Clay Guida. So I got Lando Vannata probably by TKO in the 2nd or 3rd round. But it's going to be a good fight. I'm excited about that one. Next up, we have Vicente Luque versus Randy Brown. All right. So Vicente Luque, last time we seen him out there, he was against, I believe, Nico Price. And he was piecing him apart on the feet. He looked great. Nico's obviously a dangerous opponent. So he beat Nico Price via doctor stoppage. He opened up a nasty cut over the eyebrow. Prior to that, he lost to Stephen Thompson. He got obliterated Stephen Thompson looked great. Wonder Boy was piecing him apart on the feet, but Luque was in there the entire time. He was getting his face bashed in, but he was still out there trying, never gave up. Besides that, look at those wins. He hit Mike Perry. That's a good W. He has another one against Nico Price, so that's his 2nd one against Nico Price. And his last loss was against Leon Edwards. So he's losing to the really elite strikers of the division. But prior to that, this dude is a monster. He's a beast. He has 10 KOs, 18 wins, 7 losses. He's 5'11", 28 years old, 170. And he's going against Randy Brown. Now, Randy Brown is an athlete. He's a specimen. This dude is, he's for sure, He's for sure got the athleticism to do something, but does he have the skills to mess with Vicente Luque on the feet? I don't know. I don't think so. He's 30, 6'3", 170. Last fight came against Warley Alves. He won via submission. Prior to that, he won his last fight via TKO, and he lost versus Nico Price. So, as you know, Vicente Luque, we just went over, beat Nico Price twice, 2 different ways, submission and TKO doctor stoppage. This dude got KO'd by Nico Price. So it was that one where, you know, Nico Price starts hammering him. He has his like head by his feet, and they're on the ground. He just starts hammering him. It was a weird knockout, but Nico Price is kind of known for those at this point. And then he beat Mickey Gall, but I mean, if you ain't beating Mickey Gall, that's another, you know, like a Clay Guida type, in my opinion. But, you know, maybe a little bit more respectable at this point in his career. But Bilal Muhammad lost via decision. So, I mean, Randy Brown, he's losing to the, you know, the middle class, lower echelon type of fighters in his division. And Vicente Luque is only losing to the best strikers of the division. Besides that, he's pretty much winning. I'm going to go Vicente Luque via TKO or KO, probably in the second round. I don't think Randy Brown has the striking to mess with him, basically. I think Vicente Luque is going to piece him apart, and he's got a lot of power. And I don't think Randy Brown can even take him down because he has pretty good takedown defense, does Luque. So I'm going to go Luque via KO, TKO, second round. Next up, we got Joanne Calderwood versus Jennifer Maia. So Joanne Calderwood supposed to be fighting Valentina Shevchenko. I don't know if she's trying to get like a practice fight in before she gets her ass beat by Valentina. I don't know what she's trying to do, but she took this fight on short notice. She's going against Jennifer Maia. Jennifer Maia, pretty decent fighter. She's got good striking. I would say she's pretty good overall. Look at that. She has 4 wins by KO, 4 submissions, and 9 decisions. So she's well-rounded. I don't know if she's particularly excellent or, you know, excels in any one area, but overall she's a pretty decent striker, or pretty decent overall. 31, 5'4", 125, fighting out of Brazil. Her last fight was against Caitlin Chikagian, and she lost via decision. I think this is a common opponent for them both. Calderwood also lost via decision to Chikagian, and then besides that, she beat Roxanne Modafferi by decision, decent win, and another decent decision over Alexis Davis. Besides that, she lost via decision to Liz Carmouche. So she's losing to the upper echelon type of fighters. Let's go ahead and look at Joanne, who was supposed to be fighting Valentina, like I said. So she's 14-4, 5'6", 33. Oh, I thought she was younger than that. She looks a little bit younger. So she beat Andrea Lee, good W, and she lost via decision to Caitlin Chikagian. I believe that Calderwood has the better striking of the two, between Jennifer Maia and herself. So I think if she's able to keep it on the feet, I think she will piece her apart. She has that Muay Thai, like she constantly peppering the body and the legs, and I just think she gets it done via decision against Jennifer Maia. But I think it should be a good fight. You know, she's lost against Calvillo and Andrade, so she's lost against the upper echelon as well. But like I said, I think her striking is good. If she can stop the takedowns, potential takedowns, then I think she'll definitely get the decision, get the W. All right, let's move on to the main event. We got Derek, the Gatekeeper Brunson versus Edmen Shabazyan. Now, many of you know Edmen Shabazyan. He's a huge prospect, undefeated fighter. This man is a beast. He could potentially be a champion. His striking, his boxing is super crisp, super nice. He's 11-0 right now. Let's see how old he is. I believe he's early 20s, I want to say. He's 22, very, very young. I think he made his UFC debut on the Contender Series, age 20. 6'2", 185, fighting at a Glendale Fighting Club. His last fight was against Brad Tavares. He won via head kick. So I feel like they're kind of putting him on the Izzy Stylebender trajectory. They're having him fight Brad Tavares, who Izzy fought, and then he fought Derek Brunson. So he beat Brad Tavares in more impressive fashion via KO head kick. Very impressive. I loved it. It was super technical, super clean. Now he's fighting Derek Brunson. You guys remember what Stylebender did to Brunson after a lot of shit talking. So I'm super excited how Shabazyan's going to handle him. I do believe Shabazyan gets the KO at some point. I want to say probably pretty early. Derek Brunson's a wrestler. You know, good grappling. Besides that, his striking is just like subpar in my opinion. He lunges in. He leaves himself exposed a lot. I don't know. He lunges in like face first. It's so weird. I don't get it. But anyways, yeah, Shabazyan gets it done within 3. for sure. It's probably within the first or a second, but he's going to be too technical on his feet, too much power, too much striking. He's going to set traps, and Brunson's not really going to know what to do. He's just going to try to go for the single or double leg, and I don't think he's going to be able to get Edmen down. But anywho, that's what I got. I got Edmen Shabazyan, KO, some sort of nasty fashion. But if you liked the video, make sure you like, subscribe, leave me a comment. You agree with my picks, disagree. We went overall 11 and 15 on the picks last week. A lot of my parlays busted, but it is what it is. You know, you can't control the refs, you can't control the judging, and you can't control the fighters. You could just make an informed picks. That's what I'm trying to do for you guys. So if you guys liked it, you know, make sure to leave a thumbs up and whatnot. But anyways, peace out, y'all. Till next time.